French, world's best croissant bakers. Italians, world's loudest people. Syrians, world's new guests in a 5-star hotel called Germany. And me, what do you think about me when you see me? The truth is, whoever I am, the most important thing is what I made of it till now and how I developed it into the society I'm living. But how? Well, this is my story in brief. I was born and raised in Casablanca, Morocco, till the age of 21. And then my parents encouraged me to go abroad, see more of the outside world, choose a country, and do my master's degree there. After some thoughts, I chose Germany, obviously. And I remember at that time that my dad was so surprised and at the same time happy about my choice. Was surprised because it was a bold choice coming from a Moroccan girl who knows absolutely no one in Germany and no single word in German, apart from Ich liebe dich. But, how could that have been helped? And somehow all Moroccans know this sentence. How? Why? I have absolutely no idea. And he was at the same time happy because my dad is one of those people that whenever he will see a German product, he will be so excited and happy about it, as if he actually participated in producing it. So when he will see a Volkswagen car, he will say, Deutsche Qualität. Or when he will see a Bosch mixer, he will say, nochmal Deutsche Qualität. And partially because of this enthusiastic and optimistic attitude of my dad, I just didn't want to disappoint him, nor my mother. But I did. And this is how. Well, remember about this master's degree that I chose to do in Germany? What I didn't tell you is a 2-year master's program in civil engineering, but entirely in English. That means that during those whole 2 years, all I was doing is speaking in English, not caring about integrating with Germans or learning the language. And with the stress of exams and student life, I just didn't feel the time passing by until one of my friends asked me, "You've been living in Germany, so how is it like to live in there? How are Germans? I heard they are a special case of your opinions. Is that true?" I never answered, simply because I couldn't. But then I started analyzing everything backwards. So now what changed? That I have a master's degree in civil engineering? But I could have done it in Morocco, right? And then what else changed? That I'm eating a lot of kartoffeln instead of couscous? Or that I'm having an umbrella under me instead of flip-flops in summer? But the situation that rang the bell the most is when I had to look for a job after my master's degree. I was so confident at the beginning that I would send all my applications in English, thinking that they would actually be considered. And little by little, I understood that this is just an illusion. There is no way out to this situation but to learn the language and get to know Germans. So yes, I disappointed my father and myself after 2 years being in Germany. But it's never too late, right? I made a decision. I'm gonna be jobless for some time and learn German on a daily basis. That's what I did. And let me tell you that a lot of things have changed since then. I was suddenly invited for interviews. My applications were suddenly considered. I have been a foreigner before in other countries, but here, your efforts are extremely appreciated when you speak the local language. And actually, I had this situation where I had to look for a job, and it was the company of my dreams. And I prepared so well for it, like all the possible eventual classical interview questions that could come up, because I was not so fluent in German. And there will be, of course, some unexpected questions that I would not find the perfect words for. Nevertheless, I saw the interest of the recruiters growing one question after the other. So I got confused. And by the end of the interview, they asked me if I had any questions about the company. And of course, I have also prepared that. But the one and only question that I naively thought about asking at that time was like, wieso haben Sie immer noch Interesse an meinem Profil, obwohl ich Schwierigkeiten mit der Sprache habe? And they answered, das ist kein Problem. Solange sie motiviert sind, ist die Sprache nur eine Frage der Zeit. And this sentence kept me motivated every single day. I mean, effort and motivation are key to success and integration. I haven't been accepted in that company, but they gave me the secret to be accepted, at least in the company I'm working on right now, and within the society I'm living in. And that's really important. And they are right, because if I didn't make any effort, I would have discovered that I have been eaten a couple of times schinken, thinking it was chicken. And I don't even eat pork. But how could I know? We never had schinken in our German classes. And that when someone comes and say, Khadija, Mahlzeit, he wasn't saying, come Khadija, I invite you for a meal. Or when my colleagues at work now say in the morning, hallo Khadija, lustig, they weren't treating me as someone making jokes. They were simply saying, hallo Khadija, grüß dich. Not to mention that I was secretly noting down the expressions that impressed me, like etwas durch die Blume sagen, or ich verstehe nur Bahnhof, or my favorite word, Pille, Palle. I also discovered that the German industry is not only about Volkswagen cars or Bosch mixers, and for that I say, sorry, Dad. But the good news for my dad is, now I don't only feel a part of the society, I also feel like I deserve to be part of it. And the language as a powerful communication tool gave me the possibility and opportunity to get to know you, and you getting to know me. Now I am no longer the etiquette of just an Arab immigrant who came here 2 years ago, making no effort to integrate. Now I can finally give myself the label that truly defines me, the one of an Arab immigrant still, who came here 2 years ago, making effort and fought for her future. And I bet just before coming, or just before starting the speech, you all had a whole other idea about me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming you. We all do it. We all judge people that we don't know at the beginning. But I feel like now I finally have this possibility of giving myself the label that truly defines me. And I feel like my efforts are finally paid off. And yes, it took me 2 years to do it. But better 2 years to wake up than to never wake up. And so when you think about these stereotypes of French people who are just good at baking croissants, and when you integrate with them, you realize that they are not just good at baking croissants. Or the Italians, that they are not just being loud. They could do a lot more than that, like cooking good lasagna. Or the Syrians, that they didn't choose to leave their countries and their families to come here and live away from their people. But don't get me wrong, we foreigners also have the responsibility to clarify and give ourselves the label that truly defines us through integration. And like you say, wo ein Wille ist, ist auch ein Weg. Thank you.